If only you could see me now. If only you could tell me why you disappeared, you made me cry. So don't come back. Oh, you never took the time to say. You didn't think you should explain. Like I don't care, you're kidding me. Don't do that. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. I tried to be the best for you. When you broke my heart in two. Oh, saying you didn't know, but I know you do. It's a fact. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move, even though it hurts. Hey baby, do you believe me when I say I miss you so? It seems like your mind is elsewhere. Whenever we're on the phone, always on the go. Like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. Hey cheater, do you feel better now that you've broken my trust? Oh, boy, do you even remember that love is more than just lust? Always on the go, like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah.
I know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course keep on talking to me.
Yeah.
Telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. But I just wanna see you move.
Big Shirley.
I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
Uh.
I just wanna see you move.
Get your hands up. Get them up. Get them up. Come on.
Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. 'Cause life's
Hey.
too short for you.
Hey.
Come on and dance, come you me so. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking.
Tell them about it. Tell them about it. Tell them about it.
Keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
They ain't ready for it. Get ready.
Wanna see you move.
Get ready. You know what you're going to get ready to do? This for you.
I just wanna see you.
What you
Yeah.
gonna do when holla
I'ma
catch
catch
an
an
attitude?
attitude.
Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick.
chick.
This song
Bow
is for
down.
all the fellas out there, taking care of business and making that money to provide for their ladies, provide for their family.
Bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down.
The fellas gonna need a little bit more than a big piece of chicken. If you got a good man and you want for nothing,
Bow down.
and you wanna keep that man,
Boss up.
you need to learn how to check that attitude. You need to show some appreciation. You need
Tell
to
'em
show
about
some
it.
respect. Girl. All my fellas, tell your ladies.
Bow to me, bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me.
Kiss
the ring, kiss the ring.
Bow to me, kneel for me, kneel for me. Pay
Hey,
homage to the king in your life. Wisdom and security, I give that.
They ain't trying to hear that.
I show that. Passion and love. You
I'm a
feel
PhD. I don't need no
Bow
king.
down. Girl, you need to show some respect.
Bow down.
Obedience and loyalty, I need that.
I would never.
Trust,
I'm a
earn that.
PhD.
Gratitude, appreciation, I deserve that.
I'm a
Bow
PhD.
down, pay homage to the king in your life. Baby girl, what's the deal? What's the deal?
I would never choose to openly. I'm a PhD.
No meal. Come on, girl, give me some feedback. Let me know what's good, what's up. Where's your head at? Giving me attitude, not today, girl. Dead that. Strip off them clothes, I'm trying to beat that. Bed that. You're really saying not tonight? Not tonight. My blood is boiling hot, girl. You're getting me tight. Aw, man.
To the right, to the right.
Don't let that door hit your ass when you leave. You talking like you hot. You
Get it
hot,
up,
but
baby
short.
baba.
I know dime pieces, trust.
Let's get it. Let's get it. What's going on? What is going on?
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah.
Shout out to the C. I.
I follow.
Hey,
No need to say
one love to the FBI.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
Testing, testing. Sound good, sound good, sound great. Age, city, gender in the chat room. Cause the final man.
Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh,
Let's get it.
cause I'll buy no matter what.
Yeah, baby Baba. Big Shirley.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, dog, chicken, turkeys, rat, you name it!
It's not a problem.
Ooh, they still mad at us over here. I don't know why.
What I'm getting
Why y'all mad at me? I just be telling truth and stuff. It's your tone. It's your tone. It's a delivery. I ain't Domino's. What you talking about? Better get out of here. Get the likes up. We should be over 3,500 on the likes. This is the delivery. It's not that I don't like what he's saying. It ain't even that what he's saying. It's not true or anything. It just is the delivery. It's his delivery. It's the delivery. If he just delivered it better, I wouldn't have as much of a problem if he delivered better. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my delivery is this way. How we doing? How we living? We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back for one more again. Back in the house, and the house is packed. How we doing, everybody? You know how we do this. Keep it cool. Keep it classy. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies in the house. How we doing? Uh-oh. I need to make sure that the camera is set. Hold on. Need to make sure nothing happens over here. Pop that menu off. Pop that menu off. All right. Yeah, man. Pop that menu off. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes. Looking good, smelling good, life is good. How we doing it? So, shaken, not stirred. How we doing, everybody? Looking good, smelling good. Make sure we all nice and neat for the camera. Don't want to be off kilter here. You know, folks are savage these days. Did you see him? His tie was half a centimeter off askew all night. His tie was half a centimeter this way. So, you know, you got to make sure your tie and stuff is cool. All right. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Should we do gray glasses tonight? All gray. Normally, I would opt for like the pop of color, the red accent. But I'm thinking a little gray today. You know, we'll just see how it goes. Let's start out with the gray a little bit today. Anywho, what we need to do is make sure before we do anything else, we need to keep the engagement up, the likes, the dislikes. You know how it does. Hit that little button on the way in so we don't have to hear the song that nobody wants to hear, the intermission song. We don't want to hear the intermission song. Can we keep the likes up? I mean, I think it's a fair thing to ask for. I think it's reasonable. I don't think it's much to ask for you to hit the like button on the way in. So, as we're going to get going today, I've got a new setup in the studio. I'm changing some camera angles or some things like that, so you kind of have to bear with me. Let's see. There it is. Bring that back over here. But where are my manners? I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Candle of the evening. From Lalabo, we have none other than the Baroque bigger brother of Santal 26, Cade 26. Made especially for the Gramercy Hotel. It is probably one of their most unique of the cult classics from Lalabo. Let's sit over here. All right. And the fragrance of the day, we started off with Santal 26. So we started off with, Santal 33. Santal 33 is probably one of the best, most unisex takes on sandalwood out there. Women love this. Men love this. This is like the hipster cologne. This is like the hipster fragrance. You will smell this all throughout New York City, Dallas, Houston, LA, San Francisco. This is a warm weather must. But as we transitioned to the sun went down, we just had to get old back in the big pimping, Bois de Chine, Amsterdam exclusive. This stuff is classy, sophisticated, elegant. It looks like a 3-piece pinstripe suit. That's what it looks like. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Refresh your screen if I'm not coming in. Let me go ahead and hit refresh to make sure we got everything going. Before I get started, I like to make sure we are looking good. Things are going well. So that's what I got over there. So you see the topic. Is your price too high? Modern women, is your price too high? Let me go ahead and recorrect that. Is the price I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Is the price too high for modern women? That's what it is. Enjoy it. Enjoy the technical difficulties as we go. But bottom line is, I asked a question yesterday on Instagram, and it led into several great discussions. One, I tried to put up earlier today, but YouTube has been having lots of processing issues. And unfortunately, it didn't get up in time. I tried to re-upload it, and YouTube kept bouncing stuff back. Everybody's been having this issue. So, and then when I finally did get it uploaded, the audio was off sync. So I don't like doing stuff half-ass. So trust, it'll be up tomorrow, along with some more of the rather interesting conversations I had yesterday while I was on Instagram. And I found it fascinating, some of the responses I was getting from women. Some of the responses I was getting from women were just amazing. And what it comes down to is, well, you know what? Let me play it in this video. This one video kind of showed a little bit of everything. This one video encapsulated everything that I think is going on in the modern dating scene. I'm going to play a little audio of it. Actually, I'll play a little bit of it.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Is your price too high?
I like to get comfy. I've been snuggling up, drinking my glass of wine and water and listening.
I'm not going to play all of it.
Oh, is my price too high? I thought you said is my place too hot. Sorry.
No. Is your price too high?
I don't think my price is too high.
Okay. Well, what do you want?
Ultimately, I want a man that's a provider.
Okay.
Willing to work.
Okay.
In the beginning, but when it's time to have children, I do want to be able to stay at home and raise the children until they're able.
How many kids would you like? Understand. I'm talking to a woman who says that she doesn't think her price is too high. And this woman says all that she wants is a man who is a provider male who will allow her the opportunity with his income to be able to stay at home and raise the children. Sounds a lot of women would say, you know what? That seems pretty reasonable. What's the problem? Well, the problem is that many women want the same thing. But unfortunately, when it comes right down to it, are they really qualified to get these kind of outcomes? And this is when things kind of start going off the rails, because many women today don't see any problems with asking for men who have been like traditional men of the past, yet they are nothing like the women of the past. Not only are they nothing like the women of the past, you're going to hear it right here.
Issues with me. Ideally 3 to 4, but right now I would say at the age that I am, maybe 2.
How old are you?
32. Well, I'll be 32 soon.
Okay, so you want to be a traditional housewife then?
I wouldn't say ultra traditional, but somewhat, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you want the man to be a traditional provider?
Yes. Ideally, I would like that.
Okay. That sounds like an imbalance.
I don't necessarily think so.
If you need him to be a traditional provider,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not getting a traditional housewife, what is he getting that's better than a traditional housewife? Because his responsibility is here. What's he going to get that's here or above?
What does a traditional housewife entail?
Well, you tell me, because you said you're not one. You picked the right one.
Housewife, I'm just imagining kind of being a slave. So you guys heard it. This 32-year-old woman said that in her mind, being a traditional housewife is tantamount to slavery. That's right. And you know what? This comes out at least once a week. We start talking about women who are traditional housewives or back in the day or whatever. We have so many of these so-called modern women who, when they talk about women of the past, they talk about women in terms of servitude, slavery, with a straight face. Let me stop you right here. Mm-hmm. Where are your people from? My mom's from Trinidad and my dad's from Jamaica. So I see that's hold on. Why? We don't need white supremacy racism. When all we got is this, that you think that the women who came before you were slaves. It's not that necessarily, but just what I'm seeing in the media and just all around me. I see women trying to be this housewife for men, traditional housewife for men. And yeah, you cannot make this shit up. This woman said this is what she's seen all around her. All of these women trying to be traditional housewives on TV, on radio, TV, billboard, newspaper, social media, are this just inundated with slavery. This stuff has been allowed to fester and go on so much to where this woman came on a platform with a straight face. And this was a 32-minute back and forth. I'm only going to play a bit of it. I want you to watch it all in its entirety. Because if you will take a litmus test after this, she would probably tell you that I was the crazy one, that I'm the one that had the issue, that she would tell you that she is right in line with reality. They're just getting like, can I curse? Be prepared to be child. How you become a member of the channel is you must go to the YouTube desktop application. You cannot do it on your mobile device. You have to do it on the desktop and click the join button. That's how you become a member of the channel. Then once you join, you will be able to chat on your mobile device or on your desktop. I don't know anything you're going to say, because you tell me in the media, I'm going to ask you what you watch. Excuse me? What are you talking about? When a woman who's, let's do it. Traditional housewife, what media are you talking about? So let's, I don't know. Like I said, I want you to define what traditional housewife. No. Traditional housewife is being home. You can't overtalk me. That's how we don't do that. Stick it down. I said traditional housewife. You said, no, not traditional housewife.
All right. So you was thinking of something. And then you talk about, well, from what I'm seeing in the media, I'm asking you what media? You haven't answered any questions.
Okay.
What media are you talking about?
Social media.
Where do you see traditional housewives in social media?
Everywhere.
Do you?
Well, I mean, that I know of, just women getting taken care of and not working. No.
Where in the French toast does that sound like slavery? These two thoughts occupy women like this mind at the same time. On the one hand, I see women all over the place being traditional housewives. And what does that mean? I want to be one, but not a traditional one. I need you to understand the logic train here. And when I asked her to define the very thing that she said she wanted to be, it came down to being stay-at-home wife, being taken care of. This is a grown woman. And the notion of this was, is your price too high? How many people right now, how many ladies right now, how many women right now, just from this little bit of a conversation, anticipate this woman's price being set right about accurately, too high or too low? What do you think?
So that's what a traditional housewife.
We better get the lights up. We go to intermission.
To me, yes.
Oh, okay. So, and that's getting the shit end of the stick?
From what I've seen so far, yes. From what I've seen so far, yes. That's why I get your definition of it.
Well, why do you want it?
Why
do you want a man to take? Then why do you want a man to get out here and work and pay all the bills so you can sit at home?
I didn't necessarily phrase it as that. I said
that's what it is.
I'm a PhD.
This will teach you to listen to authority!
Wanted a provider for the
You
most.
wanted to be able to work, and you wanted. I asked the question. I asked the question, so I'm very clear. I asked the question. You don't want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant. You want a man to be a traditional provider. I've said that 3 times.
Okay.
But how we get to it, you don't have to want to be the one carrying the financial family load. You want to be provided for.
Yeah.
And then what is he going to get? Because he's not going to get a traditional wife. What is he going to get?
He's gonna get the love and support that I
You
have.
can buy a goddamn dog for that.
That's it. You guys gotta watch this. So women get mad at me because they often say, you have an issue with black women, and no. And shout out to Abba and Preach. I did a show with them the other day, and they did a great job at conveying to their audience that, look, I am just a blunt, straightforward man, and I deal in outcomes and results. And the bottom line is this 32-year-old woman who later turns out to find out that she's a flight attendant. She's a flight attendant, and you got to hear where she ranks herself. You have to go and listen to all of this interview to understand why, whether it's in Canada, the UK, Australia, New York to California, in the West, this has become pervasive. to where a woman who is not the least bit traditional, and you guys know the questions I asked, do you have a cookbook, this, that, what skills? And it turns out that I effectively said, you want 4 kids at 32 years old, and you effectively will be the 5th child. And what? And I don't judge what women want. I don't. I just say, what does it cost and what are you willing to do to get it? And not only did this woman not know these men, what these men want, she is not even willing to do what any woman has done. So we have to get to the point, ladies, where we start asking, is the price too high for modern women? And what led me to ask this question? One, because so many of you got your education.
I'm a PhD.
And you think that matters to a man. But your education, honestly, the average woman earns less than the average man today. So you may be a doc, you may be a teacher, but you are like another woman I had on Instagram. I'm going to upload too. Very pretty young lady. I mean, very attractive young lady. I want to say pretty, very attractive young lady. But at the end of the day, you're a journalist and you're going to make $50,000 a year and you're wanting a man making $500,000. So when I do my broadcast on Monday and I said, ladies, are you prepared? High value men don't cheat. They're just being men. They exercising options. You have women who want the tippy top of men and coming to the table at best, you're getting somebody, you're lucky if you find a woman who is fit, physically fit. Remember Emmett Smith hitting the A gap? Remember, you're lucky if you find a woman who's even physically fit. But when you start asking them simple, basic stuff like, are you willing to do something? Or even the notion of serving this man that you say you want is insulting. This woman, I don't want to tell it all, but I will tell you that her mother and father are still married. She looked at her mother and said her mother slaved for her father. I want you to go listen to how she talked about her father and talked about men. And I'm like, men understand something, ladies. Men today are sick and tired of hearing you call them toxic, misogynistic, all these things. And then you still turn around and tell these men you want them to be providers. And you don't have the least bit of thought on what these men want. Because honestly, in far too many modern women's mind, these men don't deserve anything other than their presence. That's why when I ask, what do you get? She says, my love and companionship. You can get a dog for that. So I reduce it to the absurd because it is that absurd. Think about it. What other time in history would women expect virtual royalty and they're nothing, and they're doing nothing in line with women of the past that have done? They're doing less. They're proud to do less. And if you ask them to do anything, here comes the sign language. Again, what's my standard? Oh, we get into all of it. Height, weight, dress, size, and all that other stuff. And I want to do this right now for Black women in particular. Don't start talking to me about some white man standard of BMI. No, I want you to go back into your family album. You know, the one Big Mama used to have. And I want you to flip back and look at the women in your family tree from 1950 on back. And that's your DNA. I guarantee you, you will not see the majority of those women over 150 pounds. You won't. You're darn sure not going to see them at 200 and 300 pounds. Don't have a family album? Got you covered. I want you to go back onto a little program called Soul Train. And I want you to see a bunch of young Black people between the ages of 16 and 30 or 25 roughly, and see that how young Black women were coming in there fit. You could see they had actual collarbones. They actually had shapes that weren't round. Like when I had a girl on here the other day and she was actually 220 pounds with her stomach showing. And why is that important? It's not to clown her. It's the point to saying that women today, modern women today, really don't give a darn how they come out into the world. It's like, well, whatever. I have what you want. And ladies, what you have comes standard on all female models. So many of you are overpricing yourself. So the question kept coming back to, well, how do we know if we're overpricing ourselves? Glad you asked. The first thing you want to do is you want to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror and you need to judge yourself. How you look, fresh-faced, out of the shower, no makeup, your natural hair. That's it. That's all. Fresh face, out of the shower, no makeup, your natural hair. And then you need to look at how you look naked, wet and dripping, no enhancements. Then you step on that scale. That, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, that is the bulk of your sexual marketplace value to the men you want. Does not matter what you think. Should it be right, not right? That is your sexual marketplace value to the men you want. It doesn't matter if you went to Yale or DeVry. Without the attraction component, no one's going to get to understand how great of a wonderful person you are. Not in the main, not in the norm. You can balk, you can complain, you can twist, you can cry, you can shake, you can snarl, you can do whatever. You can say it.
It burns. Oh, it burns. Oh.
You can say whatever you want to, but there is no body positivity movement that is going to get a man of means that has options to accept what he finds unacceptable. You can do all you want. You can rebuke it. You can say whatever, but that's the reality, ladies. You can go find every example of an average looking woman being with an above average earning man and try to make that make sense, but that ain't you. How many times do we have to keep saying this? And what is the answer keep coming back, ladies and gentlemen? That most women are too lazy to stay fit. That is why most women are not high value, because they lack discipline. You know what men want. You just refuse to submit yourself to discipline. Well, here's the thing. Don't you think a man can understand that if you refuse to submit yourself to some sort of physical discipline, that it is highly unlikely that you're going to submit to his planned discipline? If you can't discipline yourself to stay in shape, you're not going to be able to discipline yourself to follow. Your physical appearance matters greatly to men. And the men who say it doesn't are lying to you.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro, polka dot, Afro.
So everybody's sitting around telling you what you want to hear. That she can have some weight from having a baby or this and that. A man don't care about how you got their weight if it ain't from him. The only weight a man is going to accept on a woman is if it's from the baby he created with her. So you let them people tell you whatever lies you want, keep buying their books, their courses or whatever. Then you look down and you realize that it ain't working. You done dropped your crown. I'm going there Friday. Friday we're going there. And next week we're going to have a smoke show. Free smoke. Bring it. Because we have gotten to the point now to where nobody can tell most women a damn thing. You got women who will call in and ask for advice, and then when given advice, will reject the advice, but then have nothing to show in your life, ladies. And what is universal with most women who reject the things I say is they're not in shape. Not in shape. You're just not. You're not in shape. You've allowed yourself to put your so-called degree, your so-called career, whatever above what matters to men. And then you're trying to leverage it as if you should be able to get the most. Like I talked to that one young lady the other day, and she's like, well, I want a man who can take care of me and spoil me because I've been spoiling myself on a $50,000 a year salary. You can't spoil yourself on $50,000 a year. This is how it is, how deluded women have gotten to the point to where, why is this important? Because if you cannot adequately understand how much of a price tag to put on something you are selling in the marketplace, that's your problem. You are a product in the sexual marketplace, and you can put whatever price tag you want on yourself. But the market decides. The market decides. The market is men. And the older you get, the lower your value gets. Let's go there too. This is why I am a proponent for, if you say you want a so-called high value man, we need to push the notion of earlier marriage. Earlier marriage for life. You know, if I could snap my fingers and became Thanos, if I could snap my fingers with the reality stone, I would take away no fault divorce. I would reform the family court system to the men get the children automatically after a divorce, and a woman gets what she came through the door with. She will be allowed to get proceeds from the marriage, but not 50-50. No way. No way. None of that crap. You get well taken care of, but Jeff Bezos would not be splitting half of his money for the 10 years or 10. No. That's why. Why is that important? Because you ladies need to start staying in your relationships. Start staying in your relationships. Start staying in your marriages. If you take away all the financial incentive, you can start getting a better acting woman. Well, how about maybe not better acting? You get somebody who has more of an incentive to make it work. What happened the other day when a woman said, why do I have to work to compete to keep him after I got him? What? Ladies, I need you to understand how lazy so many of you sound. Most of you don't want to even have to work to get a man. And then when I said you got to stay competitive, that's insulting. Well, ladies, what is your price? What are you worth? No. What is your price, and is it too high? Because the issue seems to be value. Many women think their value is higher than men think their worth. This is why you have so many women who will accept an engagement but will not go into marriage. So let's go into that thing. You engagement queens, we need to start having some sort of, for every 2 engagements you get a free Chick-fil-A sandwich or some shit like that. Because it is not uncommon to meet a woman with a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD and who would have been engaged.
I'm a PhD.
Once or twice by the age 40. It is not uncommon to meet a woman who is 35 years old. Your longest relationship is 6 years. Why didn't you get married? Then here comes the same song and dance when it comes right down to, I didn't marry him because I felt like I could do better later on. When you dig down into it, she is the reason they didn't get married, because he was with her for 6 years. And then it fell apart at the end. Well, what about at the beginning? Why are modern women so happy to be in these long-term dead-end relationships, collecting engagements, collecting corpses and rings, and getting nothing out of it? And then you look up and you all the way in danger zone.
Danger zone!
And then stuff starts to get real. You're like, oh my God, I'm 29. The wall's closing in on me. I better hurry up and get, then like I said, then you start looking around. Hey, big head, how you doing? And you start going through the corpses of your past and everything else. And then we get all the way into no man's land. And it's a wrap. 36 to 40, the panic is on. Like I said last week, this is when you start making the deal, start selling, you're freezing your eggs and all kind of things. Why? You're doing all of these Herculean messages. You're doing all these Herculean efforts. You know why they're doing it, Victor? Victor, you know why they're doing it? Because, Victor, they refuse to set their price at what the market is. So I would rather go get somebody to surgically remove the eggs from my ovaries. Yeah, they don't just go in there and hug you. They have to go in and surgically extract eggs from your ovaries to put them into cryo sleep. All because, Michael, you know why? All because they're looking over you, over the guy that they've been with for 2 or 3 years. They're still thinking they're going to find that high value Boaz, Shamar Moore looking dude who makes $3 million a year, who loves Jesus and is faithful, love his mama, and will accept her key. Yes, that's what they're waiting for. Because that's what they've been marketed. They've been sold that in books and plays and everything else. They're waiting for God. Oh, I'm going to go in on this this God stuff. I am going to go ballistic on this next week. You fake. Woosah. It's all coming out, ladies. You mad at people like myself. You mad at me. What lie have I told? You mad at me. I've gotten results. You mad at me. Because I'm not coddling your delusion. I am telling you that woman right there who said, yes, I think I look better than Beyonce. As good or better. Yeah. Let me think about it, Yeah. Beyonce? Me? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, of course. That really happened. That really happened. That really happened.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
That really happened. And then at the end of the day, when you are sitting in the CVS parking lot or the Walmart parking lot or the Kroger parking lot, going in after dark to get your supplies, sitting in your nice BMW or your Mercedes, and you getting out walking, no ring on your finger, the only man in your car is... Why do I say that? Because that's what I see. I see that around Atlanta a lot. Women riding around with cats sitting in cars like, she gonna come back, she gonna bring me a tender victual or some shit. They used to get mad. I walk around in a PhD, there you go. Dogs and carriages and shit. Yes. And this makes sense. I will put a dog in a stroller, 2 dogs in a stroller. I will get them doggy mani-pedis along with my mani-pedi. I'll go to and I'll sit around and tell the hair salon and everybody else that these men ain't got their shit together because they ain't on my level. And they will pack their dogs up, their cats up, all this other shit, and drive away looking batshit crazy. It's like, no one tell this 40-year-old woman that that's a pet. But living in their own fantasy world. And I'm sorry, ladies.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
You must unlearn what you have learned. You are not what you think you are. Over 30, there are no 10s over 30. That's right. None, zero, zip, nada. The wall is undefeated. There are no 10s over 30. And men have been saying this for the longest. But unfortunately, Unfortunately, what's going on?
Still much to learn. You have.
Still much to learn. Women have today. It's like, whoa, I didn't know. I didn't learn it. Because you're so busy at your head in the book. Thinking that the MBA or masters or bachelors or whatever, and all that stuff matters not. When you should have been focusing your early teen years on home ec and learning how to become Sally homemaker and cooperate with a man to realize that I don't want to have to work until I'm 65 or 70. You should have focused on becoming the best version of yourself so a man could wife you before you reached age 25. But that ain't what your mama told you. Your mama told you don't need no man. Mama told you didn't need no man. You listen to all these women tell you ain't nothing going on but the rent. And then you get mad because you can talk about what you want from a man and the lifestyle or whatever. But when it comes down to what a man is going to get for the price tag you have on yourself, what do we hear, people? What do men hear? That's what men hear. And sadly, it does not bring me any particular joy to have to keep saying this over and over, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over until women start to understand that men decide the price. Now, men decide the value. You decide the price. And if no one's buying you, it's not because you're not on the market. It's not because your standard is too high. It's not because you're focusing on yourself. It's not because you're on your self-love journey. It's not any of those lovely lies you told yourself. It's because your price is too high for the man you qualify for. And the man who you qualify for, you think is beneath you. So, you want your product to be carried in Neiman Marcus and the luxury stores around the country, and your shit really should be carried in JCPenney. But your attitude is such that what? JCPenney, I'm holding out for Neiman Marcus, and you losing money month after month after month after month after month after month after month. So sooner or later, either you're going to accept that your product is not Neiman Marcus level, and by the time you're ready to make a deal, it ain't even JCPenney level. Now it's Dollar Tree level. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you all up in the danger zone. The danger zone. Your price is going down. You still figure, if I get a meeting with Neiman Marcus, I can get them to put me up front. And then when that happens, I can catch up all the money that I lost the last 10 years. All I need is that one meeting. And they can put me up there for the Christmas sale or whatever. Then we can make up the last 4 years. No, you're getting older. Nope. You keep sending letters to the purchases and everything. They're like, no. We're looking. We're full of vendors right now. Submit us a proposal, and you still waiting. And next thing you know, the creditors start calling. They're like, we can't keep your line of credit open. We can't give you any more material. We cannot allow you to keep using our services because you've not turned a profit. You're going to need to sell some of this stock, some of this inventory. Inventory is you. You got too much you in the inventory. Oh, shit. You got too much you in the inventory. Who going to sell it? You're a shitty salesperson. Your price is too high. You need somebody like me, a consultant, to come in and tell you what the market evaluation is. Your price is up here. The market says here. Your price is right here. We need to sell your ass at an estate sale. If you're lucky. Keep messing around, you're going to be at the damn pawn shop trying to sell your ass. And then you're going to be wishing you had Dollar Tree. Cuss me out all you want to cancel me, call me gay, whatever you want to. But it ain't going to change the fact that you are not selling. So that's why you're here. That's why you're here. You're here because whatever you've been listening to, whatever you've been doing, whatever you've been hearing is not working. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here if you're willing to make some changes. If you want to just argue with me, argue for the Well, not all. Well, it could be. If you want to still be the one person that says, you know what, I got stage 6 pancreatic cancer, but it could happen. I could live another 50 years. Sure. In the Marvel Extended Universe, that's possible. But I'm not the Sorcerer Supreme or the Ancient One. I don't have alternate timelines or a multiverse. Your ass lives on Earth 616. And unfortunately, you weigh 216 pounds. Oh, finish it. Neiman Marcus. And see, the funny thing is when you look at Neiman Marcus, trying to put yourself in Neiman Marcus, if your grandma was still alive, your grandma would be like, girl, what are you talking about? We ain't never been no Neiman Marcus people. We was Macy's and Dillard's at best. And that was at Christmas time if they gave us a credit card. When I was your age, we shopped at TG&Y and Otasco and C.R. Anthony. What are you talking about? Where'd you get these expensive ass tastes from? That ain't what we had growing up. You ain't had no parts of that growing up. Where'd you get these Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Beverly Hills ass tastes from when your ass grew up in the projects, the Robert Taylor homes? You grew up in the jacks because you went to school and got a funky piece of a degree and stick your pinky in the air and do a stroll around the camera. Okay. You was a product of single mother just like I am. You from the jack. Don't believe your own bullshit. Go out and get what the world has to offer, but humble yourself to remember you are what you are. And that's good enough. Stop turning your nose up at your past, at your people, because you went and got somebody's degree to sit on the wall. You just paid for validation for somebody. Guess what? They allowed anybody who had the tuition money to go there, sweetheart. They allowed anybody to do it. It ain't like you got into MIT. It ain't like you got into a private Ivy. You got into a school that you gonna pay the bill? Come on in. That's how important your degree is. Stop capping. Lower your value to what the market is. And you might have a chance of getting out of this spiral. But keep getting mad at the market. Keep saying that the market is suspect, that all the men on in jail, down low, or whatever. Then where's Bradley, Ahmed, and Enrique? They ain't coming at you either. Keep it up. And 10 years go down the line, 15 years go down the line, you'll be wishing you had J.C. Penney to put your ass on the shelf. Because when it starts getting down to Dollar Tree, the only thing after Dollar Tree is a garage sale, a yard sale. And that's when you hit 50. So where you at, ladies? Where you at? Are you in danger zone?
Danger zone!
Well, you could still possibly land on the JCPenney shelf? Are you in no man's land? Well, you know you likely have kids and put on some extra weight and other. Well, you Dollar Tree in it. Or have you crossed 45 years old and in the no matter how you slice it, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't his fault. It ain't her fault. It ain't your daddy's fault. It ain't your ex's fault. You kept your price where it was because of your ego and your pride. You kept your price past the market that kept telling you, no, ma, that costs too much. You kept your price up there and no one was ordering you off the menu. Nope. What? Oh, yeah. Tell me about the special. Oh, we have roast lamb. Oh, sounds great. Tell me about it. All right, it's a 6-ounce lamb chop and blah, blah, blah. Okay, serve it. Mint jelly and asparagus, how much is it? $376. Okay, we're going to have the chicken. Well, don't you want to hear more about it? No, I don't want no $376 roast lamb with mint jelly and asparagus. I mean, I listened to the special, but guess what? It ain't worth that much to me. I'll take the chicken. But sir, the lamb was actually raised by a vegetarian monk. And it was fed, hand-fed curry and spring water. They sung lullabies to the lamb and actually braided his lamb wool every night. He slept on a bed of feathers. Great. Can you pan fry that chicken? You don't want to hear more about the lamb? Is it still $376? Yes. Then no. But what could I say that would get you to try our award-winning, one-of-a-kind lamb? You know what you could say? That it's $28. Well, I can't lower the price. Well, then give me the goddamn chicken. What if I bring my manager out? I'll tell you what. We got somebody in VIP who's ordered the lamb. We're going to bring it by your table and let you see what it looks like. How about that? How about I'll go get you a cup of bisque, refill your water, and let you see what you can let me see, but I'm not going to order it. I just want you to see it. I want you to see it before you order, okay? Here comes the lamb. It's being brought out by a bunch of, Franciscan monks. They got this whole fucking ceremony. Num num urange ochoyo, some Monty Python kind of shit. And here comes the lamb. And the lamb is being brought out by... And here comes the lamb. And then it gets close to you, start smelling it, start to smell kind of good. But you're still thinking $376. And then when it gets close to you, somebody gets served chicken. And you're like, I can afford the lamb. I don't even like lamb. All this is fluff. Chicken is good. Chicken fits my budget. I like chicken. Thank you for letting me see the lamb. I appreciate all the stuff you have on it. And that person in the back wants that, but we chicken. And why is that important? Because your degree, all that other stuff you think is important, at the end of the day, it comes down to a purchase decision. The gosh darn lamb costs too much and don't even like lamb. Ladies, is your price too high? Is the price too high for modern women? And honestly, from what I'm hearing, for men who are in that top 20%, top 10%, top 5%, 3%, 1%, they're cool with pricing for the top cream of the cream woman. If you're a top 20% woman, if you're 8, 9, or 10, let's do it. But what's going on now is women who are in this side of the bell curve, that top 51 to 79%, they're still trying to find a way to crack in to the top 20% without being in the top 20%. So what are they trying to do? You're trying to get more than you really are worth. And why is that a problem? Because that means the man who's made himself the best version of himself, who's made himself a high value man, is not getting the value for his output. He's getting a bad deal. You're not looking to make a fair deal, ladies. If you're trying to get more than you're worth, you're trying to get a sucker for a buyer. You're trying to put your used car that's been in a wreck, that's got a bent frame, on a lot because you got a Mako paint job and you're trying to sell it without somebody test driving it. There are lemon laws for that kind of stuff in the world. We need lemon law. Do we need lemon laws for the modern women who fit this category? We need something to help women understand where their price should be for what men in the market say they value you at. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just making up a bunch of stuff and I'm just saying, whatever, but we'll talk about it. I only want to talk to the women who disagree with me. I think I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to talk to the women who have a problem with what I'm saying. I don't want to talk to the women who agree with me. Thank you for agreeing, but I don't want to talk to you. I am not taking calls from any men tonight. Do not call me. Do not click on Zoom. You won't get through. I don't care what your situation is. You will be immediately bounced. I'm trying to talk to women who really are having a struggle with trying to understand that you may be a modern woman, but human beings are pretty much the same, and your value is where it is. And if you keep your price higher than your value, that doesn't sell on the market. It's not going to sell in the sexual marketplace either. And even if it did, you'd be making a bad deal. You'd be looking for a sucker. Let's talk, because at the end of the day, men get to decide, ladies. Men get to decide. Let's see whether or not you're going to be put on Neiman Marcus, JCPenney's, Dollar Tree, or the yard sale.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Taco bueno.
Como son, no quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah, no me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work.
But you can't find no man. PhD. That's so dark.
Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
PhD.
La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. No te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Oh yeah, I gotta do something real quick. Gotta rewind this. Gotta rewind this.
Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah, no me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah.
but you can't find no man.
Money
PhD.
corazón, de
That call.
corazón. La
I don't know the
plata
words
no
of none of
te
this stuff. I don't speak a lick of Spanish. Tacos, enchiladas, vasos, onions, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. All right, so let's do this. We got the call line open. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. That's all I ask. I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. We know how this goes. Want to stay on the topic, and we're going to let you got to get on camera on the call. You don't necessarily have to be on camera on YouTube, but you might get on camera. So don't come in here acting crazy. Why does this dude call back every day? Hey, this dude's name is Chris, man. What the hell is wrong with you, man? You're like a weirdo, dude. Go away. Bounce you. Pew. Here we go. Here we go. You got to get on camera. If you're not on camera, you can't get on. Hello. Your name is Tashina. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 19, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you're too young for this
I'm
conversation.
too young. Okay, because I
Yeah, I
just
mean,
got on,
yeah.
so I
I
didn't
mean,
know.
yeah. You're gonna be a little bit too young for this one. You can sit fall back though. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah. I think 19's a bit young because you haven't really been out here yet. Boo, 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 boo. Views gallery. You got on. You got like You got your blurred background up there. That's cool. Tashina, you want to drop? So we're next with you, Miss. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi. Your first name is? What do you got? How old are you, Aretha? What do you got for me? Whoa. The question is the price of modern women too high? You want to give me context? What do you who why should I listen to you? No, I understand why you fat. You eat too much. You eat too much. No, ma'am. Nope. It's a simple matter of caloric intake, man. More calories in, less calories out. Not exercising, poor diets. So, due respect, I don't want you to give me any context or anything about this because it's irrelevant. Because they know their issues. If men are too broke, do they have to go make more money? All right, yes or no? If men don't make enough money to support a wife or kids, do they have to go make more money if they want a wife and children? Thank you very much. Then if women want a man, they need to lose weight. What's the context that's needed for that? What do you mean they don't have time to exercise? Okay, go ahead. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to hear this bullshit. Mm-hmm. 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 Is this you, by the way, or are you talking about you, or are you talking about other people? Okay. So
So she just started telling me that I need to understand the context of why women are overweight. So start
Yes.
again. That women start from the beginning again because they didn't hear that part. Go ahead. You got a minute. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. So when you're 18, I mean, yeah, I mean, your parents want you to be independent. Your father says, go get a job, and you go to school, you study. You don't do the hookup culture. You study, you get a good job, you work 12-hour, 14-hour days, and then you get out of your car, and then there's billboards, McDonald's, El Pollo Loco here. It's all in your face, and and then also like even the diets, you don't know how to eat. You only think, oh, you have to starve, but you just worked
Let me stop
so
you right here.
hard.
Let me stop you right
And
here. Let me stop you right here.
Mhm.
You're 37 years old.
Mhm.
That's zero accountability.
Mhm. Say
You're an
again?
educated woman, correct?
um yeah, well, bachelor's, yeah.
Well, that's education.
Yeah.
Then you know more than most women who've ever walked the planet.
Mhm.
You talked as if there is no choice. But where'd you go to
Yeah,
school? Where'd you go
well,
to school? Where'd you go to undergrad?
at Berkeley.
At Berkeley, right. So I guarantee you, if I went on the campus of Berkeley, there were women who were not overweight.
Yeah, well,
Okay, then
yeah.
why
Mhm.
didn't they fall into the gluttony trap?
Well, I mean, the working is hard
I
here
don't give a
in this.
shit about working being hard. Okay, ma'am,
Mhm.
I'm trying to be nice, but
Mhm.
I have little patience or tolerance for women who come in and make excuses. How often are you working out?
Now, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to lose weight,
How
trying to
often are
do,
you working
you know,
out?
maybe once every other day,
How many times a week are you working out?
maybe 4 days a week.
And what does your diet consist of?
Now I'm trying to do the low carb diet.
Where's your personal trainer?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a pandemic, but yeah, I did have a personal trainer. I'll
Well,
probably
see,
go back to that.
here's what I'll say, ma'am. You went to Berkeley,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You're more than free to die alone.
Mhm.
I mean, no one's going to stop you because every justification you could give me just goes into the I don't care. Because I
Mhm.
honestly, ma'am, I don't. Because I care what the men want. What you're ultimately saying is men should understand why women like myself today are overweight. No, they shouldn't. Should you have to understand why a man is broke if he wants access to your body?
That is true. I mean, I understand that it is hard for men to
I
find a
asked
good
you,
job.
no, I
Mhm.
asked you, should you have to understand a man is broke if he wants access to your body?
Mhm.
Yes or no?
Yes, I think it's
So
good
you
to
think it's okay?
know.
So you will date a man. I want to be clear. So
Mhm.
are you honestly saying that, you know what, I'll date a man from any socioeconomic status, even one that's lower than mine, and I'll be understanding that he makes minimum wage or $10, $12 an hour, and I will marry him, have his babies, make love to him, just no problem, and I'll be understanding. Is that what you're telling us?
Um, I'll be understanding, yes,
But you
and
marry him and have his babies.
I'll go on a date with him.
No, no. So
No.
that's exactly. See how that works, guys? See how that works? You need to understand why she's overweight, but she's not gonna give you this understanding. Get off my phone with this bullshit. This is straight bullshit. This is modern female BS.
Mhm.
Seriously though, if you want to have a serious conversation, we can.
But
No, I'm not going to accept. I'm not going to accept. I'm
everybody is
not going to
skinny,
accept the
but
excuse making, ma'am.
when
I'm not going to accept the excuse making. We can have a serious conversation if you like, but I'm not going to accept the excuse making. Go ahead and unmute yourself because you. Okay. When was the last time you would say you were at a? How tall are you?
5'6", yeah.
5'6". So when was the
Mhm.
last time you were a dress size 4?
And dress size 4?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
No, ma'am, you didn't go to sleep one day as a girl and you wake up and you're dress size 12. That's not how human beings
Um,
work.
yeah. Yeah, I was made a size 8 in high
Well, no,
school.
ma'am, that's not how human beings work.
Oh,
You
okay.
were 8, 9, 10 years old. There was a point in time in your life where you were a dress size 4. You may have been 12 years old, but it happened.
Mhm,
You don't remember when you were a healthy weight.
mhm.
Where are your people from?
India. Yeah.
Right. If I went over to India, would I see
Yes.
lots of women overweight there?
No, all skinny. Yes.
Why?
Because I mean, it's
Because
like
that is your
they eat.
natural shape. You're about to
Yeah,
go
it
into some
is natural.
socioeconomic bullshit with food. No. That's your natural shape. Human beings are not human females are not normally your size.
Yes, but it happens here in the U.S. more. I mean, and there is some factors contributing to that.
Yeah, and
Also
you know what
even.
here's the thing, ma'am. Let's just say I agree with all of them. Okay, I'm going to snap my fingers. I'm going to accept every justification you have.
Mhm,
I'm going to accept them all.
mhm.
Now what? Now what happens with the relationship between men and women like yourself?
So I mean, maybe men can be, understanding.
No.
No.
No. See, I can accept all of your reasons and men still won't want you.
Mhm.
So now what? We understand. We're sympathetic. We won't shame you. We'll body positivity. We'll say, yes, you're right. The food is terrible, even though you're a Berkeley graduate and you understand fat, sugar, salt. You understand. You understand that you should have a plant-based diet and you should be working out 2 times a day, not
That's
4 times a week. You understand that. You get
okay.
it, but you don't do it. No. Because at the end of the day, ma'am, if women like yourself don't do something different, are you going to likely attract the kind of man you would want to have?
Mhm.
It's a yes or no question.
Uh, yes, I mean, definitely. I believe in self-improvement. Working
Are
on
you
your
married?
appearance, and no, obviously
I
not.
said, are you likely to attract the kind of man you want to have?
Um, if I mean, if you lose
It
weight and
yes. So if you don't do something different and lose weight, will you likely attract the kind of man you want to have? That's a yes or a no.
I don't think so.
That's a
No,
yes or that's a no. So if you don't
no.
attract the kind of man you want to have, and that persists until the end of your natural lifespan, what will happen?
Yeah, I mean, you die single or something. Yeah, but I mean, okay, say you lose weight, but even if you.
No, thank you. Talk. Well, yeah. See, yeah, uh huh. Avoid lazy women, gentlemen. Avoid lazy, undisciplined women because the ultimate goal will get you to expect. This is why you don't deal with. This is why I choose not to deal with women who are not already active for themselves because they have a standard they want to maintain. They're disciplined. You remember the components of a high value woman, dedicated and disciplined? This is why I choose to not deal with women who are not actively already working out and showing themselves to be disciplined. If none of you in the Zoom room get on the camera, you won't be, if you don't get on camera, you won't get on the show. So I'm going to, I'm going to send you a start your video request. If you're not going to start your video, just go ahead and leave. And listen to that Cal Berkeley graduate sit there and try to, no matter what I would have said, it would have been just be understanding. We're trying. Nope, absolutely not. And more men need to start being that direct with women. All of you guys that keep this body positivity while knowing that's not something you would accept, You help keep this delusion going to where they think it's okay. Thinking that, well, I talk to many men who understand it. Yeah, they may understand it as a concept, but would they accept it for the woman they chose to be with? I'm about to bounce you both in the Zoom room, so I'm gonna go ahead and get you out of here because you're not paying attention. Bing, boom, boom. Tennille, you gotta go. You're not paying attention, so. Hey, it's a test tube baby. You're back. I don't think you're. I think you need to go away, guy. This guy actually thinks. That guy is weird. So, ladies, go ahead. If you have any questions about the subject, go ahead and bounce in. Now's your time. See, the reason that conversation ended, ma'am, is because nothing I said was going to get you to do anything different than make excuses or reasons or justifications. Nothing. We could have talked for 2 straight years. And the fact of the matter is, sadly, let's talk about it this way. Mothers, this is what happens when you allow your children to indulge at a young age. Somebody mentioned it the other day. Don't you think it's sad when you see young kids that are overweight? Yes, because when you've developed a life of being unhealthy to where a grown woman could not tell me the last time she was a healthy weight. A grown woman could not tell me the last time she was a dress size 4 to where she said it never has been. That means you went from an infant to plus size. No. And the reality is, it's been so long that it's happened that it's not even a factor. Your sound needs to be connected. And while I can sympathize, I certainly can sympathize with women who are overweight. I cannot excuse it because I can't excuse a man who's broke. I can only truly sympathize with somebody who's actively working out 4 or 5 days a week and actively changing their diet and doing everything that they possibly can to do something about it. And if not, I'm just, you don't need, and here's the thing, you need to hold your camera still, we'll get ready. And there you need to turn it back on. Here we go. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Day, unmute yourself. Hello? I can. How old are you? Okay, I'm going to need you to hold the phone steady. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't hear me. I'm fine. My audio is pretty loud.
Okay, let me get some headphones, see if that helps.
All right. My audio is pretty loud, so. So. Hello? So do you have me on speakerphone? Okay. So let's go. So you're 25 years old. Is your price, is the price too high for modern women? Who else is in the room with you?
Just me.
Because I keep seeing you look around. Okay, go ahead.
Is the price too high for modern women? Could you elaborate?
If you're a car, is your price too high?
Say that again?
If you're a vehicle, if you're a car, is your price right or is it too high?
I think my price is right.
Okay. What do you want? What kind of buyer man do you want to buy you?
Mm, someone who can respect me and, hold me on a high level as I would as well.
Man, let's get down to it. That's vague. How much money does he need to make?
Mm, wow, that's a really good question.
Exactly. So you're telling me your price is not too high. I need to know how much money you need to make because this holding you in high regard and all that stuff, that can be done by the valet at the local hotel.
Well, I'm not materialistic
Doesn't
or
matter.
expect too
Okay,
much.
let's do it this way. Okay. Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Would you like children one day?
Yes.
Do you have any children?
No.
How many children would you like to have?
2 to 3.
2 or 3? Which one?
2.
2. Okay. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. Do you want to have to
I
work?
don't.
All right.
No.
What state do you live in?
LA, California.
All right. How much is a man going to need to make to pay for a wife and 2 children to live an above middle class life in LA? How much would a man need to make for you not to have to work?
I would say a good 6 figures.
Yeah, give me a number though.
200K.
200,000 in
Yes.
LA? Man, I'll be in
Yes.
LA in a couple of weeks. No. See, what you've just shown right now is at 25 years old. Let me ask, do you live in your own place?
Yes.
Do you pay the rent yourself?
No, I share.
Okay. Who do you share with?
My boyfriend.
Exactly. Uh-huh. Right. $200,000 won't buy you anything in LA for 4 people.
I haven't thought that deep into it.
Well, then how can you say your price is right?
You're right.
Because I would say your boyfriend ain't making $200,000.
No.
And how long y'all been together?
5 years.
Why is he not your husband?
Yeah, we should ask him.
No, you should know.
I'm not sure.
Because you didn't demand it.
Maybe.
So why are you here?
I just wanted to see what the conversation was about.
Uh-huh. Are you there with your boyfriend now?
No.
So you call into a show
Mm-hmm.
that you don't know what the conversation is about.
I did. It was about if the price is too high for modern women.
But you have nothing to put into the conversation.
Yeah, I guess not.
And I'm going to tell you something. This is a problem with far too many modern women. You go through life just fluttering like butterflies. You don't know how much anything costs. You don't know what anything is. Surviving off of your looks, that's fine. But you don't get anything. You've been with a guy for 5 years and you have got nothing except time. Obviously, he's not going to marry you, or else he would have married you. So then what? Think you're going to come back onto the open dating market after being with somebody for 5 years and then automatically command a husband kind of deal and have 2 kids? Why I'm saying that is modern women like yourself are not serious when it comes to relationships. Sadly, far too many of you walk through life almost like teenage girls. And you're 25 and you say you would like to be married with 2 kids, but you don't know what it's going to take. Yeah. Okay. Airhead. I really wonder what would happen if modern women, if they could do something like T'Challa did in Black Panther, and they could go into the ancestral plane and they could actually go speak to the women in their family of previous generations. And I wonder how they would hold their womanhood. If they could honestly see how they lined up next to other women. Either you have women that are calling in who want too much, or on the other side, just like, I don't know nothing. I'm just here. I want some attention. I want to be seen. Net of it is something is missing. And I got news for you, ladies. It is on you to figure out how to be a grown-up. It's not a man's responsibility, not your dad's responsibility. It's on you, ladies, to figure this stuff out. Because this is what ends up happening. Far too many women end up just floating through life. When I speak to women and they have absolutely no idea how much, she said, I'm not a materialistic person, but I want to be a wife with 2 kids. Who thought that woman was going to be a wife and 2 children? Are you even prepared to be a wife? It's like, here's a question. Is the price too high for modern women? Or, modern women, are you taking life seriously? Because what I'm noticing is far too often when I'm talking to women in their 20s and 30s, that's chronologically. But far too often I'm speaking to women across the board and it's like I'm talking to a teenager. Wait till I put up some of that Instagram stuff. Chronologically, you're a certain age, but emotionally and mentally just... And that matters. When a man is looking at a woman, he's looking to say, well, outside of the bedroom, what am I going to get? I guess you guys didn't realize it said no men. Yeah, well, you can stay right there. Say they're not realistic. It's not that, it's more than they're not realistic. It's, I think what this is starting to show is that so many women don't really, they've been living in this Disney fantasy world that's been put out on social media and movies, that entertainment is more important than becoming a fully functional adult. So like when Jordan Peterson says men need to clean their room. All right, well, what's the equivalent for women? The women I'm referring to right now need to grow up. Because I don't think, honestly, that a lot of the women that I speak to can honestly line themselves up with the women in their past, their mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers, because they had to take life more seriously back then. You need to understand, as human beings, teenagers is a modern invention. The only way to get on to talk to me is you must show yourself on camera. You can raise your hand all you want to. You got to show yourself on camera. And who does that impact? That impacts you. You may not like how I say it, ladies, but it impacts you the most. Because it means that outside of a sexual relationship, the kind and caliber of man you're talking about sees no real value in you. So when you have to go down to the physical, then what? Get on camera, JJ, whoever you are, or I'm bouncing you. Let me go ahead and bounce you back because nope. Get on camera fully. I'm not playing games with you, so I'm giving you 5 seconds to get on camera. You're not on YouTube. No one's paying any attention to you. So do whatever silly little troll you think you're about to do. Feel like you got your 2 seconds of fame, then I'll bounce you. 5, 4, 3, wrong. So, Arrested Development. Men pay a heavier price for Arrested Development than women. Men suffer consequences in the world before women do. Women, especially if you're an attractive woman, cute, if you're a 6 or better, you're allowed to be in a state of Arrested Development because competence is expected from men quicker than it is expected from women. That doesn't mean it's right, but that just means it's what it is. So, what this is proving, like many other things, that when it gets right down to what we've been told and marketed to on the relationship front for the longest, from all these gurus and books and this and that the problem is with men. And there has been an issue with men. Make no mistake, I was in that. But more than not, men will self-correct, self-analyze. And I'm starting to see that many women are just lagging behind. To where, let's do this. To where it's getting to the point to where it's like, well, damn. What are you going to do with these with women? If women are supposed to be the first teachers of the child, what kind of spouse would you be to the kind of man you say you want? And that was kind of the deal with that woman I talked to last night. At the end of the day, we didn't have much to say. After the youngest is in kindergarten, you just sit at home by yourself. Ain't that something? That's what I said. So like I said 10 minutes ago, why does he have to go out and work and you get to sit on your butt at home? That don't sound like slavery to me. That sounds like luxury.
Yes. The way you put it, yes, it does.
Not the way I put it. We just talked through your example.
I can see from that viewpoint. But I also had a question before we go further.
I want to ask, but I didn't get to ask my questions about this scenario.
Okay.
Do you have a cookbook?
Do I have a cookbook?
Nope.
No, but
no. So you
can't.
So you can't cook. So basically.
Who said that?
I said that you can't. A woman who can cook. I come from cooking people. Women see traditional housewives understand that their province is the home.
Yes.
This is what I mean. So what I mean is you can follow recipes. That means somebody get on camera in the Zoom room or you're going to be bounced. What the food for your family is.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing is the food for the family, and you can't even be responsible for that. Someone else has to do it. You'll follow it. So why don't your husband go get the woman who made the recipe?
Okay.
What do you bring into the table?
That's a valid point.
So this is what I mean.
That's a valid point.
When you ladies don't even bring, it's.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Well, you don't even bring the basic stuff. It's like
okay.
You're like if you had 4 kids, you'd be the 5th one.
So what are the basics?
Now this woman's basically asked me, "What is the basics?" This is a 32-year-old woman asking me, "What's the basics of being a woman?" Traditional housewife. A 32-year-old woman is asking me what the basics are. Now she's telling me what she ain't gonna do or what this is and this is slavery and this and that. Hello? I am fine. How are you? What's your first name?
Regina.
Okay, you don't have to yell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you got for me?
So, what makes you think you could be the expert on women and how they need to
Because I
deal
am.
with men?
Because no. See, here's what the thing is. Here's what we're gonna do, Regina. How old are you? How old are you, Regina? I'll ask again, Regina. How old are you?
I am 46
Okay. Why are you here?
because my niece showed me your little YouTube station, and I was like, really?
My little YouTube station. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, really? He thinks he's the expert on women and
Hmm.
how they deal with
Is that
men?
is that is
And
that? Hold on. If you want to have a conversation, we can.
Mhm.
But if you want to come in here with attitude, I will bid you a good night and go on to my next person on my little
No, I
YouTube
don't
station.
have an attitude.
What?
I'm
Oh
sorry,
yes, yeah,
sir.
yeah. Well, yeah, you really do because you're being condescending.
No, I'm
No,
sorry. I was
no,
not
ma'am. I don't
trying
know.
to.
I don't know where anybody goes and says something, showed your little video on your little YouTube
On the
station.
yeah.
Yeah, and then come in with the attitude. I don't know where anybody will go into somebody's place of business and say, "What makes you think you should have a restaurant? Why
Yeah,
would
I
you
do
come in?"
that too.
Well, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your husband at?
Deceased.
Did you kill him? Did it
I
kill him to
had
be with
somebody
you?
kill him.
Well, you know what?
I'm just
I
kidding.
think that's probably better off than dealing with somebody
I'm
like
just
yourself.
kidding.
No, I'm not. Because see, what I don't do is I don't deal with rude women, especially people I don't know. I don't know why you think that's proper.
Well, sir, I think you.
I don't know you. You've been muted. I don't know you. And if you want to have a reasonable conversation, you come into somebody's place with some respect, or you can kick rocks. No. Here's what we're going to do. I will unmute you if you want to have a reasonable conversation. If not, ma'am, I will just bid you adieu because there's no reason for a 52-year-old black man and a 46-year-old black female to be doing this. This is what you chose to do, not me. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Have him.
So what is your ultimate question for me?
Well, it was just the simple fact that my niece showed me your YouTube station, and it was kind of alarming to me
What's alarming?
that you were giving so much advice to
What's alarming?
young black girls
What is
about
alarm? What was alarming though?
it just seemed really alarming to me. And
What was alarming, ma'am? I'm asking you what. I get that it was. What was alarming?
that you're giving advice to young black girls
What
about dealing
was
with black
alarming,
men.
man? What was alarming? Okay, ma'am, I get that you say it's alarming. Is it the fact that a black man is giving advice to anybody?
An older black man giving advice to younger, impressionable
Well, I'll tell you
young
what.
black
How about this? How
women.
about this then? Because what I'm doing, I can actually back up with facts, data, statistics, and results. But since you're an older black woman, why don't you go ahead and give them the sage advice? Things apparently you know better than me. Why don't you tell them now? Why don't you give them some advice?
Okay, and please don't get intimidated by what I'm about to say.
Ma'am, I don't know you, and there's no reason to think I'd be intimidated by anything you have to say as long as it's legitimate.
Young black girls, don't be slicked and played by no older black man who think he knows more about.
And this is why the black community is where it is. The absolute disrespectful nature of women in my generation is off the charts. Off the charts. You can't make this shit up. And this is what bothers so many women of her generation, that young women realize that these women have failed them. Yes, ma'am, you and your generation have failed younger women. That's why they're unmarried, unattached, more baby mama, more educated, more anything else, and miserable. They're not listening to you anymore because they see how rude you are, how ornery you are, how bitter you are. And what you have is doing no one any earthly good. The Black community is a mess with you at the lead. You shouldn't have been in the position because you can't handle it. And the fact that the matter is a Black man is doing what he does, it is offensive to women like her because she thinks she should be at the lead. The only group of women who actually think they should be leading the men is in the Black community. But when given an opportunity to say something, all they have to say is, don't listen to them. That's it. That's the length of the advice. Don't listen to him. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. She's still talking. She's still talking like I'm talking to her. She doesn't realize she's been muted and turned off. Young Black women are tired of hearing you. They're tired of you coming on doing this, embarrassing them. You're someone's mother, and you came onto a show and showed your natural ass. No one was rude to you. I greeted you, and you came on, hi, how you doing? With your arms folded. Go somewhere. Because your time, you've had your time. Go shepherd whatever flock will follow. And see, this is what it's really become, young men. It's really a power struggle with women like her. The notion that who are you to give them advice? Well, apparently I'm somebody because your daughter's listening. Why ain't she listening to you? Why ain't your daughter listening to you? Can't make this shit up. Why ain't your daughter listening to you? Look at it. Why ain't your daughter listening to you? Why aren't you listening to you? Why ain't she listening to you? Look at it. Let's go ahead. Why ain't she listening to you?
I'll make you famous.
There it is. Why ain't she listening to you? You know why she's not listening? Because she's tired of hearing your bio. She's tired of hearing your upset. She's tired of hearing your negativity. Because ain't nothing you got for her going to get her any close to the outcomes that she would likely want. Look at her. Look at her just screaming. Where your husband? He dead. Yes. Where your son-in-law? Don't have one. Where your grandkids? They all over the place. A bunch of women. This is what it is. Now, I also want to say, who's supposed to be the better looking of the two? I come on dressed to do my presentation, but it is offensive to women like her. And this is what is at the core of the next generation. The baby boomer generation is dying out. The baby boomer generation is dying out. This is supposed to be the next group. We're supposed to be the grandmothers and grandfathers. Do you have the kind of reverence for us as we had for our grandfathers and our ancestors? Hell no, because this is how they act. This is how they act. Throw up some gang signs. Go ahead. Do it. Crip walk for us.
It burns. Oh, it burns. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Yeah, you must unlearn what you have learned. I'm sorry, young lady.
How embarrassing.
I'm sorry, young lady. You tried to let her know. Big Shirley!
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
She tried to let her know. And she came up here just still talking.
I'll make you famous.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, and she just like, and she just won't go. Her daughter should have told her.
Run, bitch! Run!
I should take that B word out. You look at her. She goes, I'm just stay here for my 15 minutes of fame. I did my hair for this. Girl, I did my hair. I put on my best V-neck t-shirt to be on the Kevin Samuels show. I put my hair up in a puff or a poof or a bump or a hump in the bump. I put on my best V-neck t-shirt. I put on my Chuck Taylors. Yeah, I am looking like a queen diva. Oh, yes, proud queen. She is your queen to be. Beauty and perfection. He probably looking down from heaven like, thank you, Lord Jesus. You got me out of that bullshit right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I rebuke.
He probably like, thank you, Jesus, for bringing me home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where did I just see one? Where's she at? Bring it back. Where's the kitty? And she gonna stay and hold on because I'm gonna fight you, sucker. See, she grew up on Fred Sanford and all that shit. Aunt Esther, she gonna stay there forever. As long as I keep her on camera, she'll stay there. I'm getting all my 15 minutes of fame. I'm getting it all. You're right. I'm sorry. Well, this was pointless, but I would tell you this. You made my day. Look at her. She's still sitting there like. Bring it back on. I got something for him. We're going to do this all day. Yeah. She like, whatever.
I'll do what I want.
She got that little half a braid back there too. Go ahead then. See, that's what happened. That's what happened. You take that what's that thing is? When you take that lace front off, that's what's left. Oh man, somebody get some Duke. O'Shea, can you get us some Duke? Get us some of them finger waves going? She's really thinking. Oh my God. Look at her just sitting there. And why did I do that? Because that's what she thinks this is. That's what she thinks this is. She came over here talking about, I watched some of your videos and I gave her time after time, man, what's alarming? What's this? What's that? That woman has not watched anything I did with any good faith. She came over here to tell me off, to question me as if you are anybody for me to answer to or respond to. And even after giving her chance after chance after chance to act like an adult, she just acted like who she is. Now that may work where you're from, ma'am, but all you did was further prove the point that if you get past shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, that is the arsenal of most of these angry women, upset women, dejected women. Now, maybe your daughter sent you over here to possibly learn something, hear something from a different point of view, but I want to know, why do you feel as at 46 years old, you have anything to question me? If you don't like what I do or say, keep yourself at home and turn off the YouTube channel. But you don't come, but see, that's unfortunately, women like her do get up, get in their car, drive across town to go to somebody else's place of business to tell them what's going on when they can't do what's going on in their own house. So you made yourself look great, man. Congratulations. And you're going to make me a whole lot of money. I'm going to put your ass back on the blade. You're going to make me some money. Somebody go get her. Now, she can't be wearing no heels. Y'all need to get her some flats because, her ankles is probably, them knees at 40 some odd years old. Yeah, we're gonna put you straight up on the blade. Mm-hmm.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Those are the wrong fingers, by the way. And she's still standing there. She's still there. She will not disconnect. I will have to hang up on her before she leaves. She will not leave. And that's sad. She will not leave. So this is how you deal. So in all seriousness, this is how you, young men, this is how you deal with your mothers and your aunts and your big mamas and your them. You just detach from love. You don't pay them any attention. You keep on going about your life. You keep on going about your business. I did that little bit because it was kind of funny and there was something I could use as a teaching lesson, but you don't pay these women any attention. Because if they honor, why should somebody be that angry or that upset if they were living a happy, healthy, productive life? Even if she didn't agree with what she thought she saw, she'd have gone on about her business other than thinking she could get up here and tell somebody else what to do. So, yeah, you got to go. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know who T is. T, can you back up, please? You're a little too close. All right, let's go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Hi, can I not be on YouTube?
Yes, you can. You don't have to be on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
How old are you, T? I'm good. How old are you, by the way?
25.
Okay. Please don't grow up to be like your big mama over here. What you got for me?
I just want to know, so me personally, I'm trying to get my life together and stuff,
Okay.
with the fitness thing.
Okay.
But if a woman gets surgery, like plastic surgery, and it's realistic, right? Does that actually lower her value as a competitive woman?
Okay. You want to ask Big Mama? You want to ask her for her advice? Since she knows more, you want to ask her? Or do you want to ask me? Who do you want to ask, her or me?
You, Kevin.
Okay, so you don't want to hear from the 46-year-old woman with the French braids and the cornrow. One cornrow. She don't have cornrow. She got cornrow. You want to know from me. See, Big Mama, I know that probably burns, but even the young women don't want to hear from you. If you have surgery, young lady, it doesn't lower your value, but you have to make sure you make the life choices to maintain it. Okay?
Right.
Don't go get the surgeries and things like that as a quick to jumpstart the process if you're not going to make the wholesale life changes, because you have to have a better mental outlook on yourself, not just the body. Okay?
Agreed.
So I don't know how much weight we're talking about, but those things tend to often be done in multiple procedures along with like the skin and all that kind of stuff. But make the lifestyle changes, start making them now. So when you do get the weight reduced, you can start taking advantage of working out and living a healthier lifestyle for you. So you'll be in a better mental place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that was the other thing. Like for me being 25, with all the changes that I'm hoping to make, it'll put me in the danger zone by the time I actually.
But you got to do one thing. But you got to do one thing at a time. You can't jump to the end. Get yourself healthy in the right mindset and the right body health, and then let things take care of themselves. You need to prioritize it, but you got to do things in steps. Okay.
Right. No,
got
thank
it.
you for that.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye. See there, Big Mama. See, that's when you got something of true advice and true wisdom to give to somebody who's younger, instead of just a bunch of goddamn attitude. She didn't even want to hear from you. That should have told you something. Now, while I was talking to that young lady, Granny Gertrude over here on her flip phone, laughing because somebody probably called and said, "Girl, I see you on YouTube." Yeah, I'm on YouTube too. Yeah, so she's too busy trying to get her like the last few minutes of her fame. Oh, you're gonna be famous. But when it got right down to it, when she heard the younger woman say, "I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from him." What you got to say about it? Nothing. Nothing. She's just talking. You can type it in the chat room. I ain't gonna talk. You type it in the chat room. I've already said what you got nothing of value to say to me. You can stand there and watch me work. That's right. You can stay there and watch me work. Okay, so the rest of you, Rose, get on camera or I'm gonna have to go ahead and bounce you. Let's do this. Hi, Rose.
The chat wasn't working.
That's okay. How old are you?
19.
All right. You're a little bit young for the subject, but what do you have for me?
No, that's what I was trying to say. It wasn't on the subject. I was trying to get in contact with you because I was here a few months.
Hold on. You were here when?
I was here, I think it was January.
Uh-huh.
And I was asking about when you were gonna do like the
Oh
next.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't. Okay, this isn't really the time for it though. Have you emailed? Do me a favor, send me an email after this broadcast, and I'll try to respond to it.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. See, Granny Grey Goose. See, I even got young women from back in the day still trying to follow up and get advice. So apparently, there's something I'm doing. Maybe you don't understand it. Granny Grey Goose is mad in the mud. She's like, why all these young, attractive and pretty young girls calling over here, listen to that old man? Because I look good and I'm smart and I'm good at what I do. Yeah, keep talking over there, looking like too short auntie. You can't make this shit up. Mad for no reason at all. To the young lady who had your mama call over here, I apologize. But you know how your mama is. You know how your mama is. You knew she was going to cut a damn fool soon as somebody put her on camera. You knew she was going to cut a damn fool. Soon as she put on that damn wife beater and them fucking khakis and started walking around crip walking and shit, you knew she was just getting ready. I'm about to get on YouTube, nigga. About to cut a motherfucker and tell you niggas what's going on up in this piece. She got the little cornrows and shit. Look at her. Go ahead, do the dub C up in this motherfucker. West Coast Connect up in this bitch. Dub C. That's what we're gonna call her old ass. Dub C. Where are the editors? I need somebody to get it. Make sure you get that natural. That back in the day we used to call it an afro, a natural. I need you to get that natural and get you them little. She's still in here talking. I need y'all to make sure y'all get it when she turns to the side and show her 1.5 inch braid. Like she really got some length and she thinks she got some hang time on that bitch. Dub C up in this beast. West Coast Connect. I told your old ass.
I'll make you famous.
I told you should have not messed with me. You should have stayed. You should have stayed at the bingo hall tonight. You should have stayed at the bingo hall. All right, Shell, let's go ahead and talk to Shell because I don't want to have to waste no time. I apologize, Shell. Granny been sipping on that shine over there. She been sipping on it. She been over there at the playing Pekino. Shell, Auntie Dub C been playing Pekino tonight, and she been sipping on that brown liquor. So we gotta let her slide up in here. So act like she ain't there. Keep on going. What you got for me?
Hey, good afternoon. I didn't know if I called in on Zoom, were we to just go live? I was actually just chiming in to listen.
Okay, you don't want to be on the show? You just trying to listen?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. I'll put you in the waiting room. No problem.
Okay.
All right. See, that's how you come through and be respectful. Now, somebody go get her another one of them red cups. Somebody go get her another plate of chicken wings. You know, let me go ahead and put Shell back. Go ahead and put Shell back because I don't want to do that too. Nice little salt and pepper, you know, shortcut and shit back from the 90s with them nice lips carrying on. Look at her. This woman thinks she is the shit too. Look at her. She's like, look at me. I just got my Invisalign done. Oh my God. West Side Connect, nigga. Yeah, boy, you swear boy, you can't tell her nothing. Nothing. Hands look like she been digging trenches. And she won't let go. She won't let go. She's like, I'ma stay up in here. I'ma make this dude talk to me. You gonna give me some loving tonight, nigga. I've been waiting all day for this. You gonna talk to me, homie. You got to get back on camera. You can't. If you're not on camera, you can't. I'm not going to talk to you. You don't have to be on the show though. Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to Auntie Dub C. Don't pay any attention to Aunt Dub C. Don't look at her. Just don't see. If you don't look at her, it's kind of like Candyman. If you don't look at her, she'll go away. Don't pay no attention. Okay, how you doing?
Talk to me.
Okay, you got to turn off the YouTube channel in the background, Rachel. You can't have YouTube playing in the background. Hello?
Hi, can I not be on?
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to be. Just don't. But that's okay. You ain't got to be on YouTube. Just don't pay attention to Aunt Dub C.
Oh, okay.
And don't pay her. Just let her stay up there. So somebody gonna bring her some more E&J and some more chicken. What you got for me?
So I just wanted to ask you a question about, because I actually just recently started watching your videos today.
Okay.
And I saw your video on getting like a high quality man. And I'm young, I'm only 20 years old, but it was interesting to see you mention how, you know, the clock starts ticking, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people my age are focused on living a hot girl lifestyle, you know, out in the streets, live your best life. But it's like, for me, I really do want to be married. So like, do hot girls get wifed at the end of the day, or what's your advice for somebody my age?
Okay. So do you want to ask Aunt Dubs? You want to ask Auntie Dub C, or you want to ask me?
I think I'm gonna pass on that.
Oh, you don't want to ask the sage older woman for the advice on being how to get to where she is in life?
No.
Okay. So that's 2, 3 done passed on you, Dub C. Don't get mad.
Respectfully though.
Yeah, respect Dub C. She ain't gonna remember this happened. She been smoking on that Reggie. She good. Okay. Seriously though. All jokes aside, focusing, you don't want to end up just out here running up your body count. Your reputation matters, young lady. Your reputation matters. Also, who you share your body with determines on who's going to imprint upon you. If you know you want to be married, better to figure out the kind of lifestyle you want to have, the kind of children, the kind of man you want to be involved in, and then ask yourself, what do these kind of men typically want from their women? What kind of woman they typically want to be with? And ask yourself, am I that? Am I willing to be that? And if those two things align up, then it's a matter of getting in proximity of these kinds of men and making it real clear that, you know, I'm not dating just to date. I date with marriage as an intent. You know, I think far too often the young women are being told by like Aunt Dub C and them, girl, do hot girl summer and don't worry about these men or whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's what's got the black community in the place it is right now. A bunch of older, unmarried women with not happy. If you know you want to be married, focus on that. And be around women who support family and support the kind of wife, mother, and person you want to be in the community. And the women who don't support it, don't argue with them. Let them have their opinion, but you keep on going about your life because you got to live your life. You got to live your life just like they make the choices for the life they live. And more often than not, they're projecting. They're more often than not, sadly, just like I was on Instagram yesterday, far too many women will go into like the beauty salon and project their failures onto other women. But by doing that, they justify each other in the same kind of delusion. So I hope that helped.
No, that did. Thank you so much.
Stay away from the hot girl summer. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, I got you.
All right then. So look at Dub C. She like, girl, go on out there and go ahead, ride 6, 7 of them this summer. Look at her. She telling you, ain't she? She's sitting there telling you to go do it. God, you can't make this up. This woman is actually telling this young woman, no, girl, go on and do it. Girl, if you don't get off my, don't look at her. Just don't pay. The young girl just hung up. Dub C, you should feel some kind of way when young women don't even want to listen to you. You should feel some kind of way when they don't want to listen to you. She can't believe it. She like, they didn't want my advice? You don't want to wear a t-shirt at 50 years old? You don't want to have a natural with 2 ponytails at 50 years old? That ain't what you trying to do? You ain't trying to sit up on YouTube past midnight and argue with a guy who ain't talking to you? Can't make it up, double. Normally, I say you need my permission, but if you want to take any bit of this from Aunt Dub C, Aunt Esther, have at it. Have at it. This is a clip you don't need my permission for. Enjoy. Because this shit right here that she's still doing on Zoom, she's talking like the neighborhood wino. She thinks she's talking to me. She don't realize she's muted. I ain't talking. I'm just using you for an avatar. But don't even say that joke. I was about to be mean. About to talk about the highlight reel. Dub C. West Side Connect up in this bitch. Here we go. As the tune starts to bloom with a fat sack. She's like, I'ma find you, nigga. I know where you stay. I heard you be at Popeyes. I'ma find you at Popeyes. I heard you be at Popeyes. That's what I heard. Don't make me come to Popeyes to find you. I normally like to make my own chicken. That's why my house smell like this. But I'm going to find your ass at Popeyes one day, and it's going to be me and you. I see you, Nicole. I see you. Look at her. She's still sitting back there. Now, I want you guys to understand something. How long has it been since I cut her off? And all joking aside, I need any woman who thinks I'm rude, disrespectful, whatever, to ask yourself a question. Why would a sane person sit here and argue with somebody who they don't think that much of? Why, after you cut them off, why would they stay there? Why? Because this ain't about me. Just like when that video that went viral, unfortunately, a lot of Black women projected a lot of shit onto me that wasn't there. This woman has sat there and witnessed me give advice to at least 2 young Black women in her face that the young women said thank you for. And instead of letting it change her opinion or anything, instead of letting any new information in, her face looks like she is still sucking on lemons. She is still just as angry, face just as toe up, still looking like Oscar the Grouch, just like she came through this mother. That's why I said you cannot deal with some of these people. You just have to detach with love and realize it ain't about you. You can't make this shit up. See, anybody who's been watching me for long enough knows the track and the trend. And the reality of it is those extremes over here, extreme men, extreme women, they're being pushed out. And they're going to fight. They're going to fight to be heard. They're going to fight to be a part of it because what they're doing ain't working. And for them ladies want to talk to the older woman or the man, that should tell you something, ma'am. None of the young ladies wanted to hear from you. So the original question is, why is an older man talking to young women? And I said it because they don't want to hear from old, bitter, angry women like you. And they just showed it. So get off of my Zoom and go make you some pinto beans and have a good shit. It is really sad to me that we have to do that. That as a generation, as a race, that as a middle-aged black man, actually as an older black man, I cannot rely on my mirrored counterpart. This gender war stuff is real. Does that woman sound like she is on any man's side? So while you may not accept my brand of the way I communicate, the way I deliver information, even my output brand of humor, everything I do is with a purpose. And the purpose was still, when given an opportunity, where are younger people choosing to go? It's because what you're saying is not effective. Don't get mad at me. It ain't my fault. But anyway, that was good. Crip Walking Dub C. West Side Connect. All right. Be looking for the videos up on Instagram. Be looking for the content of the drop. Good stuff. Tomorrow night I'll be on Instagram live again at 10 p.m. Eastern. You know, Dub C won't be over there because she ain't on the gram like that. That's new technology. I'll leave her alone. But anyway, that was good. You can't make that shit up. You can't make it up. I swear to God, you can't make it up. But I got to go. I got stuff to do, places to go. Good shit. So Friday night, we get into the topic that you've been waiting for all week. Yes, we're going to discuss Derek Jackson and everything else related to the topic. And next week, we got the smoke show coming. Free smoke. You are welcome to come and call. My only for detractors and critics. But you are going to be on camera. You're not going to be able to detract without being seen. You're going to be on camera. And you'll have a chance to say what you have to say, but you must adhere to the basic platform rules. Bring it. I allow people who disagree with me to come and talk to me directly. Because I know why I say what I say, and I know why I do what I do. I ain't hiding. You're welcome to it. Till next time. You know how we do. Peace. We are.
Here's something I found on witch.co.uk gardening. To avoid black fly, early and late sowings often escape the worst of the black fly fly-ins. Black bean aphids particularly like the succulent young broad bean leaves and shoots. For this reason, gardeners often pinch out the growing tips after
Alexa,
the last of the
shut
flowers.
up. I think Alexa's prejudiced. Alexa, are you trolling me? I got Alexa over here throwing shots at black people. Or black flies. What the hell? Is that you, Dub C? Dub C? Did she possess my shit?
It burns. Oh, it burns.
I think Aunt Dub C just put some demons on me. Did you put some roots on me?
I rebuke.
Did you just put some roots on me? Did she call Miss Cleo?
I rebuke.
Oh my God, Aunt Dub C is putting that voodoo. Them roots and shit. Oh my God. She took the wig off and she put a hex on me. Holy shit. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join. Oh my God, I can't make this shit up. Oh, I'm going to hell. You joining me, Aunt Dub C?
West Side Connect, nigga. Oh my God. Aunt Dub C, no.
I cannot say what's wrong or right. It's not hard to fool me. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah.
Why is that so dark? Why is an old man giving these young black women advice? She done looked at y'all know Aunt Dub C done looked the same age since she was like 17, right? You know Aunt Dub C done looked like she was 50 since she was 17. I know you mad. I'm sorry. Your age done finally caught up with your face. Oh shit. Woo! Better stay on your porch and leave me alone. I don't want these problems. I'll jack you and Alexa up. I ain't scared of you. Aunt Dub C. West Side. Shout out to Big Jaw. Aunt Dub C was hood good. Be out in LA in a couple of weeks. Looking to connect with my folks on the West Coast. Audra, girl, you in that orange dress. Oh my. Woo. Should be against the law to be that damn fine. The new prize will be announced this Sunday. Why is that so dark? Anywho, you know how we do. Until the next time, peace. We are gone. Somebody send Dub C some Infamil and some Insure.